Hello again and welcome back. Here we are, back together again, Here we are, back together again. Class 258. No está mal. We're getting closer to the end of the course. I'm not going to finish the book, I think. That's a problem, right? I talk too much. But it doesn't matter. These classes are too short. These classes are too short. We need to lengthen the classes to make them longer. 1 hour. I'm going to talk to Spanish television and say, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, I want a longer class. And they will probably say, sorry, the programming, but it doesn't matter because the solution for your English is in your hands, not in mine. Yeah, I'm simply the catalyst, the teacher, but it's the student who solves the problem. And so it's in your hands, and you're perfectly capable of reaching a very good level of English. You have plenty of potential. Tienes potencial de sobra. La expresión plenty of no significa mucho. Es un error decir, oh, ese vecino tiene, my neighbor has plenty of money. No. My neighbor has a lot of money. My neighbor's rich. He has or she has a lot of money, but not plenty of money. Plenty of means más que suficiente o de sobra. En el sentido es reactivo. Richard, yeah. Are you sure we have enough money for the taxi? Yeah, no problem. We have I have plenty of money. Sí, me sobra. Me sobran monedas o dinero para el taxista. I have plenty of money. Don't worry. Are you sure we have enough time to teach irregular verbs today? Marta, don't worry. There is plenty of time to do irregular, with plenty of time. But Richard, stop talking and get to irregular verbs. No me apetece. No me apetece empezar aquí. I don't feel like starting, gerundio, I don't feel like starting point 19 yet. Why not? Because I want to talk. Plenty of means de sobra. We have plenty. You have plenty of capacity. Yes, you have plenty of potential to solve the English problem, your deficiency in English, tu carencia. It's very easy, but it requires effort. And effort is not technically difficult. It's psychologically difficult for some people to make an effort, but technically difficult, no. And really, there is nothing technically difficult in English. In any language, really, there's nothing technically difficult. You understand the concept, you understand the grammar. It's simply practicing. For example, driving a car. There's nothing really technically difficult. You turn the steering wheel this way, the car turns left. Left for me, from my angle. You turn the steering wheel this way, the car turns right. You press the accelerator and the car moves forward. You press the clutch is el embrague. You press the clutch with your left foot and the transmission disengages. The gears, las ruedas dentadas, los engranajes, the gears disengage and you can change gears and engage others and you can drive. Technically, it's not difficult. Well, to invent, yes. But for a driver, technically it's not difficult to learn how to drive. But to become a good driver requires 10 years driving. There you can learn to drive in a book about driving, but then you're not a driver. You can learn to drive with a driving instructor, a teacher, but you're not a good driver. And you can go to the Jarama, north of Madrid, and drive, but you're not a good driver. You need to drive in the traffic, in heavy traffic, in complicated traffic for 10 years, and then you are a good driver, probably, a really good driver, maximum potential. And it's the same with English. You have to use it. You have to use it. You have to hear people. Yes. One thing is to drive in a driving circuit, circuito, como el Jarama. One thing is to drive in a circuit, o como Cheste, in Valencia. Another thing is to drive on the busiest streets in every city, to drive in Mexico City, to drive in Manhattan, in New York City, to drive in Madrid, to drive in Barcelona, to drive in Rome. Good luck. And you become a good driver, but you need to drive a lot. Listening comprehension when you speak and expressing yourself in real situations, important situations, and you blossom, floreces. But with me, you can't. So, but you have the potential. You have the potential. I'm simply a teacher, a motivator, and a catalyst, an orientator, a bit. All right, irregular verbs. I don't feel like teaching irregular verbs. Every day I run, yesterday I ran. When I was 18 years old, was 17, 16, 17, 18, I ran the 100 meters, the 200 meters, and the 400 meters. I ran 3 different races. Really, the 100 yards, the 220, and the 440 yards, yardas, lisas. And I ran, my favorite race was the 200. But I ran the 400 the best. And I won the Oklahoma state finals for high schools in the 400 meters. But I prefer the 200. All right, to run. I run this business. I ran this business last year. I've always run this business. To run también es dirigir un negocio, o dirigir una organización. To run the show. Who runs the show here? O sea, ¿quién dirige el espectáculo? Pues más o menos sí. ¿Quién dirige el cotarro? Se dice. Who runs the show here? I do. Well, Marta does. Really, to tell you the truth, Marta runs the show. She ran the show last month. She ran the show the month before. Run. To run into, chocar contra. I have never run into a tree with my car. And walking, I've never run into a tree. But once, walking, I ran into a pillar. Un pilar? Yeah, in a library. Una biblioteca. At the University of Texas, in Austin, Texas. I was in the library, and I was leaving the library and sitting at a table about 15 meters away was a very attractive girl. And I was looking at her, and bam, I ran into a pillar. Fortunately, she wasn't watching. She wasn't looking at me. So she didn't see me run into a pillar. To run. Every day I run. Yesterday I ran. Lately I've run. Every day I run 2 kilometers. Yesterday I ran 2 kilometers. And lately I've run 2 kilometers every day. Run. Which is not true. I walk. Sometimes I run a little. But my running days are over from many years ago. Run. Seesaw seen. Every day I see you. You're on I know you. You're on the other side of the camera. I can see you. Yeah. And you can see me. Yeah. Yesterday I saw you. And every day I've seen, well, one day I didn't see you. Where were you? ¿Dónde estuviste ese día? About 2 weeks ago, you missed a class. Where were you? Class, no, era más reciente. Yeah, I remember class 220. Do you remember class 220? 220. You remember that class? Yeah. I didn't see you. Where were you? I mean, this is class 258. So that's 38 classes ago. But I didn't see you. If you go into R2V a la carta, class 220, it's there. I recommend you go and see it. For several days there was a mistake, and class 219 was repeated in R2 a la carta, in the ordeno, was repeated in class 220. After about 4 or 5 days, the error, the mistake was corrected. And so if you haven't seen class 220, now's the time to go back and watch it. I recommend you watch class 220. All right, every day I see interesting people. Yesterday I saw interesting people, and lately I've seen quite a few, bastantes personas, quite a few interesting people. Every day I sell, no, not true. Every year, no, every decade, cada década, every decade I sell a house. Last decade I sold 2 houses. And this decade I've sold 1. Yes. Every day I sell my soul. Really? See. Every day I sell my soul to the devil. Vendes tu alma al diablo. Yes. Every day. Why every day? Well, because it's the contract stipulates a daily revision or daily review of the contract. Renewal. Renovación diaria. I mean, if you sell your soul to the devil, be careful, because it has to be renewed every day. Yeah, it's a renewal. I sold my soul to the devil yesterday, and I've sold my soul to the devil every day for the past 15 years. No, 30 years. 30 years ago, I said, I want to be rich and famous. Yeah. And the devil said, well, here we have a rich and famous contract. Yeah. All you need to do is sign with your initial on every page. So I initialed every page, and I signed at the bottom of the last page, the rich and famous contract. Now I'm rich and famous, but the contract has to be renewed every day. I have to sign it and initial it every single day. Yeah. So I initially sold my soul. Fíjate que rima. Soul se escribe soul. Soul. Soul is alma. I sold my soul to the devil originally 30 years ago. But I sell my soul to the devil every day. I sold my soul yesterday. I sold my soul the day before. Sell, sold, sold. All right, let's go on. It's not true, by the way. I've never sold my soul to the devil. Send. Every day I send love letters to a girl. Really, every day. Well, every day I send 1 love letter. Every day. Yeah. And yesterday? Well, I said every day. I mean, if I send a love letter every day, that means that I sent a love letter yesterday. Yeah, but who do you send the love letters to? Every day I send a letter. I send a love letter to Linda. You send a love letter to Linda. Linda. Sí, linda. Ah, Linda. Why? Porque es muy linda. She's very, very pretty. Ah. So you send a love letter to Linda. Yeah. And does she answer your letters? No, never. So she's not interested in you. Apparently not. But I will never give up. Yes, good things in life require effort, right? Perseverance. And so I'm going to continue sending love letters to Linda. Yeah. And she's giving me pumpkins, decís en español? Calabazas? Yeah, yeah. I get the impression that she doesn't love me. I get the impression that she's not interested in me. I get the impression that she doesn't even read my letters. I get the impression, so I say, me da la impresión de que, me da la impresión de que, I get the impression that she doesn't, ni siquiera, I get the impression that she doesn't even open the envelope. El sobre. Two pronunciations, envelope and envelope. I recommend envelope because it coincides with the spelling. I personally say envelope. I think in Texas people say envelope. Envelope, a lo francés, envelope, envelope. But I think she doesn't even open the envelope. I send a letter every day. Wow, how many letters have you sent? To Linda or to Doris? Who's Doris? Oh, another platonic love. Oh. All right, but how many letters have you sent to Linda? Well, let's see, 10 years, 360, 3,600 letters. And she's never answered you. No, she's never answered me. Well, Richard, I think you should, deberías, give up. Give up. Dar arriba, ¿eso qué significa? To give up. No, to give up means abandonar, to stop. Yeah, dejar de hacerlo. I think you should give up writing love letters to Linda. I don't think she's going to answer you. All right. Sent, shut. Yes. A few minutes ago, Marta opened the door. There was some noise outside. Did you hear it? Could you hear the noise? About 5 minutes ago, when I was talking about selling my soul to the devil, remember? There was some noise outside on the other side of the door. And Marta gently, discreetly, she gently opened the door and went out and said, shh. I saw her. I saw her out of the corner of my eye, por el rabillo del ojo. Si decimos desde el rincón de mi ojo. I saw her out of the corner of my eye doing this, telling the people to be quiet. Outside the door of this studio, there's a big luminescent sign that says, recording, grabando. But people don't pay any attention to the sign because the sign has been here for 7 years and people assimilate the sign and it says, silencio. And they start talking to each other. Talking to me, no. Talking to you, no. Talking to each other. And Marta, about 6 minutes ago, gently opened the door, leaned out. She didn't go out, she leaned out, like the Leaning Tower of Pisa in Tuscany. She leaned out and did this. I saw her out of the corner of my eye when I was talking about the devil. And she made the sign of quiet. She said, be quiet, be quiet. All right, and now there isn't any noise. Now there are no distractions right now. No distractions. All right, so then she gently shut the door. Or she gently closed the door. Gentle significa suave. O sea, la misma raíz que gentil, gentilmente. Doucement. Los franceses dicen dulcemente. Doucement. In Spanish, suavemente. And in English, gently. She gently shut the door, trying to avoid, evitar, trying to avoid making any noise. But did you hear the door? Because when she opened the door, she gently opened the door, she made a little bit of noise. I heard it. I heard it. Did you hear it? You didn't hear it? Okay, great. Okay, I'm sitting in this chair, this famous blue chair, yeah. I sat in this chair yesterday, and I have sat in this chair since the beginning of the class. I think it's the only blue chair. It's the only blue chair in this room. Yeah. There's a black chair over there. There's a beige chair over there. But there aren't any chairs over there. So there are three chairs in this room. This one, the black one, and the beige one. Beige. All right. Now, Marta sits in the beige chair often, but she never sits in the black chair. I sit in the black chair when Marta puts on makeup, because the black chair is next to the mirror or in front of the mirror. So I sit in the black chair. But me, I never sit in the beige chair. I only sit in the black chair and in the blue chair. All right. I sat in the black chair before this class when Marta put the makeup on. Yes. Marta every day puts on the makeup in a different way. I don't understand why. Cada maestría tiene su librillo. But sometimes she starts here, sometimes she starts here, sometimes she starts here, sometimes, fíjate como cierra la boca con sometimes. Si no cierras la boca con sometimes, con la M en medio, estás diciendo tiempos de sol. Sometimes. So every day I sleep. Yesterday I slept. He dormido bien esta noche. I slept well last night. Claro, hablamos de esto ayer. Fíjate, pasado simple. En inglés hablamos con los asturianos o los latinoamericanos, usando el pretérito indefinido. ¿Cómo dormiste anoche? How did you sleep last night? I slept well. El resto de España, ¿cómo has dormido esta noche? Oh, he dormido fatal. I didn't sleep very well. Simple past in English. Slept. Yes, Richard, did you sleep on the floor last night? No, I didn't sleep on the floor last night. When was the last time you slept on the floor? Well, it depends on your definition of sleeping on the floor. I mean, sometimes when I move to a new house, I sleep on a mattress on the floor because the bed is not ready yet, you see. On a what? Mattress. Un colchón. Yeah, my bed has a mattress. But if I don't have a bed, but I have a mattress, well, I put the mattress on the floor. And if I move to a new house, maybe the first night or the first 2 nights, I sleep on a mattress on the floor. Now, is that sleeping on the floor or not? No, it's sleeping on a mattress. By the way, in Spanish you say un colchón for mattress in a figurative way for savings, ahorros de dinero. Tengo un colchón económico por sí, para emergencias. We don't say mattress in this case. We say cushion. Es un cojín. Cushion. All right, so slept. Yes. Yeah. Have you ever slept on a bed of nails? No, I've never slept on a bed of nails. Have you ever slept on a bed of roses? No. Un lecho de rosas. No, I've never slept on a bed of roses. En inglés decimos cama de rosas. Have you ever slept on the ocean bed? No. El lecho marino. No. That's the ocean floor. We say the sea bed, the ocean floor, eh? I've never slept on the ocean floor. No. Well, have you ever slept on a round bed? Nope. As far as I can remember, I've never slept on a round bed. Have you ever slept on? Fíjate, to sleep in a bed, ya es con la ropa de cama. In the bed. I'm in bed. You sleep on the bed, you sleep in bed. Have you ever slept on a water bed? Cama de agua? Yes, many times. In fact, for about 3 months, I lived in an apartment next to the campus, near the campus in Dallas at the university. And in that house, I had a water bed. Well, there was a water bed. It wasn't mine. And I slept on the water bed every night for 3 or 4 months. Yeah. It was nice. I like water beds. Yeah. Have you ever slept on a water bed? All right, spoken. Every day I speak English Yesterday I spoke English. I've spoken English every day of my life since the age of 1, probably. It depends on your definition of speaking. Con lengua de trapo. Cuba. Yes, Cuba. Cuba no es un país. When I was a little boy, Cuba was a school bus. Yes, the American school buses that are yellow. School bus, school bus. When I was 2 years old, I said, Cuba, Cuba, instead of school bus. So yes, I was speaking English. So yes, I spoke English when I was 2. I spoke Spanish for the first time when I was 12. I spoke Spanish for the first time. Well, no, I spoke Spanish before. Living in Houston, said, ándale, 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 because the Mexicans who live in Texas say, ándale, ándale. The mother to the children, hurry up, means ándale, ándale. So yes, I spoke Spanish when I was 5 probably, but only that word. All right, I'll see you tomorrow.